Hello, everyone. I am feeling good, great, amazing. I'm back in Costa Rica after a 5-week trip to the United States. Woo! I feel like I can breathe again. Yes, so, wow. It feels so good to be back. And I just ate some awesome lasagna. I'm feeling awesome. So I felt very inspired. I'm finally feeling inspired again. I didn't really post a whole lot when I was back there because I was sick, and man, that place is just so dense. I just wasn't feeling inspired, to be honest with you. And that's okay. So I just took a little break, but I am back now. We're all settled in. It is Tuesday. We got back Saturday. So I've had a few days to get settled back in here, and feeling so much better. Okay, so today I am working on developing a mindset program. So, I've done a lot of reflecting as to where I was with my own mindset and some steps I took to get where I am today, which is really feeling really good. I mean, of course, life always has its ups and downs. It's going to happen, but I feel really good and strong in the way that I handle those things when they come. So it feels good. So these are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 points here. Still have a cough. I don't know if you saw my last video. Oh man, the last video I made in the United States, I looked just very chilled out, very zened out, which was good. But now I'm back. I'm feeling very energized and very excited. So yeah, so mindset. I am very big on, if you want to make any kind of changes in your life, you really need to evaluate your own mindset and where you're coming from with all of it. Making sure you're not coming from a place of fear. I did a video before about living from the heart, and that talks a lot about that. Like the thoughts you're having about certain situations or things or ideas. Just making sure that you're coming from a heart space that kind of knows all is well, that creative space that's more optimistic of things. Sometimes we make a lot of decisions with our minds, which isn't the best. But yeah, so that's why a lot of us are looking for shifts in our mindset. We're realizing I'm just not feeling good, or yeah, what's going on up in there? We got really complicated minds, and what's going on? But a lot of it's just programming that's just been going on for your whole life, and that's okay, because it can totally be undone. It just takes some consistency and just kind of finding your own ways on what works for you and how you want to process that stuff. And yeah, so I would say the first thing is, looking at values. So that's kind of the start of it. I feel like if you want to make a big shift in your mindset and in your life, you need to really evaluate what you value. So for me, I value flexibility in my work, life, whatever it is. I like my things just to be pretty open and flexible. I definitely value the feeling of freedom. I just want to feel free. I didn't feel free when I was in the United States working my 9 to 5. That wasn't freedom for me. So those are just two of mine. Those are actually two very important ones of mine: flexibility and freedom. I need to feel like my life is flexible and open, and I need to feel like I'm free. I need to feel free. Even as a single parent, I found a way to be free or feel free, and that's awesome. But it wasn't always that way, and that's why you can change your mindset and find those feelings in you. But yeah, you really need to think, what do you value? What's going to make you feel good in your life, and what do you want to bring more of? What do you want to feel more of? So when you can identify, peace is another big one for me. I want to feel peaceful. I just want to feel, I just want to feel peaceful. So I've designed my life around those values and some other ones that I have. And so far, so good. So yeah, for values, just identify what's important to you. Maybe it's something that you don't have right now. That's okay. But identify what you value, what emotions you want to feel, what feelings you want to feel and value in your life. And once you can identify those, you can start drawing in those experiences that are actually going to be bringing more of those feelings for you. So speaking of experiences, there's those contrasting experiences, which is experiences that maybe we have a bad relationship or we have a bad employment situation that we're unhappy with. That's okay too. Those are actually, we can learn a lot from those. They all just really teach us what we want more of. So we can really just kind of decide with contrasting experiences, which I'm sure we've all lived. We all have stories surrounding them. Like I said, whether it's a job, a relationship, any kind of situation maybe that's come up that maybe even seems unfair. Seems like, well, this was out of my control. A lot of these contrasting experiences, some of them are out of our control. So part of shifting our mindset is kind of shifting how we view and interact with those experiences, because we have that control. We can't control anything around us. We can only really control what's going on inside. And I'm a very strong believer of that. And that is the way that I really kind of implement things in my life. Just understanding I can't control it, but I can control my reaction to it and how I'm going to process it and what I'm going to learn from it. Because in every contrasting experience, there's learning there. And there's two different ways that we can see it. You know, there are not two. There's many different ways that you can see it. But you get to choose how you're going to see it. So that's really important. So contrasting experiences also help us realize more of what we want. So when we have those contrasting experiences, try not to get too hung up on the thing that came into your life that you didn't want. Focus on, okay, this thing came in and I realized more of what I do want, and focus on that, because that's going to bring a lot more of those things that you want. And that's pretty awesome. You'll just be rolling all into your life, all these awesome things that you want. It really happens, I promise. Okay, I have a little list here. Okay, becoming aware of your thoughts. So this is number 3. Becoming aware of your thoughts. So there's some statistic. I think I read it on the internet. Hopefully it's true. We have somewhere, it's a number between like 40,000 and 100,000 thoughts per day. Again, don't quote me on it. It's out there somewhere. But it's like a pretty big number of the amount of thoughts that we have per day. And the interesting thing about that is most of those thoughts are repeated. So we've had those thoughts the previous day and the previous day and the previous day. So that kind of goes back to our programming. So all of our thoughts in our mind has just been programmed in there. So we need to become aware of that. That's a part of becoming aware of the programming. So if you're having the same thoughts every day and you're living the same experiences every day and the same things are coming into your life all the time, you're going, oh, well, why does this keep happening to me? Because your thoughts, probably. So you got to become aware of your thoughts. And that takes some time to, I really try to even when I'm talking with someone or talking with myself, be aware of how you're talking to yourself. What words are you using? Some people, if they say like, oh, I could never do that. Or, yeah, maybe in another lifetime. Or, oh, I wish. Like you're carrying a lot of heavy energy behind those words. You're basically saying like, that's not going to happen. I would like it, because you're saying, yeah, I want that. But really, your energy is saying, that's never happening for me. So no, it's not going to happen for you if your energy is speaking that way. Sorry, I'm still dealing with this. It's been 6 weeks with this cough. Whew. But yeah, becoming aware of your thoughts, really important stuff. I could do a whole nother video or chat for hours about this stuff. It's really important. Take a look. See what's going on inside your mind. Actually, I have a video on that. Go find that video. I think it's something like, are your thoughts running your life or something like that. It's in there. But yeah, well, hello, little doggy. This is a little doggy friend. It's got a little intermission. This is my roommate's dog. And if you can remember from my past video, I was processing a surprise in my change of roommate situation, and I decided I wasn't going to worry about it, and I didn't. And same roommate that I was going to have, she's here, and she brought a really cute dog with her, so it all worked out. Okay, so yes, so we're going to close up talking about thoughts, but still, you should really take some time to try to be aware of how you're talking to yourself and the language you're using. It's really important. Okay, well actually we're going to talk more about thoughts, because the next step is choosing better thoughts. So we can have, I don't expect people just to jump from feeling depressed or angry about something or frustrated or hopeless to go feeling like, okay, everything's fine, everything's good. No, we can't jump that, that would be some quantum leaps right there. We don't need to jump that far up the emotional scale. Just pick a better feeling thought. Sometimes when I'm feeling down or I'm trying to process something or I'm feeling triggered, if I'm not really sure what else next step I should do, I try to just look for a better feeling thought. So even if it's just a little step up from where you were, get to that better feeling thought, and then sit in that better feeling thought for a bit. And then take another step up to another better feeling thought. Sit there for a bit. I don't know how long you got to sit there. You may sit there for a minute, 30 seconds, 2 days, whatever it is. Just keep working your way back up. And that's kind of with the reprogramming stuff. That's how you start to change your thoughts. You figure out what your thoughts are, which ones aren't serving you, and you start choosing better ones. So I don't know, for example, you could say like, oh, I'll never have the money for that. I want to do this, but I'll never have the money for it. A better feeling thought would be like, okay, I don't have the money now, but I could be saving for it, or maybe a new opportunity will come that more income will come into my life, or, so just start choosing the better ones. You don't have to be sitting there in that thought. It's okay to have a little hope in there. Okay, next, energy, alignment, and attraction. That's a big one too, which is like too big to go all deep into in this video, but I do love talking about that as well. And all this other stuff actually ties into this as well. So an important thing is with your thoughts, if you can analyze that, you're going to really see where you are, like where your mentality's at, especially if with your mindset change. You're going to see where your mind is at, so where your energy's at. So a lot of your thoughts are affecting your emotions. If you're having low feeling thoughts, your emotions aren't feeling great, you're probably not feeling super aligned, and then you're not really attracting what you want into your life. So it's good to figure out like where you actually are in relation to what you want. And so that's like energy, alignment, attraction. Figure out the energy of where you are, figure out where you want to be, and then take those little steps to start actually aligning yourself to the energy of where you want to be and where you want to feel. So, I'm not somebody sitting here with piles of money. That's okay. But I figured like I can feel fine anyways. If my energy, it comes, and I'll have you'll have what you need. And, but at least I'm not going to get what I want if I'm constantly ruminating over not having it. You need to actually look at, so if you can say you want something, you really need to see where your energy is actually at with it. Is your energy saying you want it, or is your energy just focused in the space that it's not there? Because that's going to affect your attraction point, and probably obviously your alignment, because you're not going to be feeling really good feelings about it. Okay, another one. Take space to process. This cat and this puppy are chasing a grasshopper, and it's adorable. Okay, so take space to process. So I was just in the United States for 5 weeks, and I got another little, another little 5 weeks of what it's like to be there. And how do people have the time to take space to really process their daily experiences? That's the thing. Like nobody's processing, not nobody. A lot of people are not able to process their daily experiences because they're so darn busy. You're here at work, and then you're expected to exercise, you're expected to eat all these healthy meals, and you're expected to spend time with your friends, you're expected to spend time alone, you're expected to spend time with your family, whatever you have to do. It's just so much. It is. It's a lot. So and then all these experiences are happening to you every day. And then, of course, when are you going to have the actual time to really process any of it? So take the space, take that space to be alone and process what you're going through. I just a little short now. I was at a friend's when I was back in the States. I went out of town to go visit her, and I was with my kid. Our kids met. It was awesome. Something happened with another friend, but that friend wasn't there. But anyways, I felt I felt triggered by the situation, and then I could just feel I wasn't I felt off. And I was I'm not feeling good. I was feeling a little angry. I was feeling a little frustrated. And, if we don't have the time to process that stuff, we'll sit with those feelings, distract ourselves, try to make them go away, or just, ignore them. And then it still really hasn't been dealt with. But all I had to do was I went upstairs, shut the door to the room I was staying in, sat on the bed, took some deep breaths, talked to my inner voice. I have videos on that, too. Just tried to, I was up there for maybe, 3 to 5 minutes. And I walked down those stairs feeling completely different. Like, and it's funny because I did the old stuff. I kind of like explained the situation to my friend, just trying to get some validation. I fell back into some old patterns, was looking for some outside validation on this, but I was like, no, Sarah, you have to go inside to get the peace you're looking for. So I was like, okay, let me just go take 5 minutes, head upstairs, sit there, close my eyes, breathe a little bit, try to like get to the inside and like process what's actually going on and what I'm feeling. And then start to release some of those feelings. And it happened, and it was awesome. And I felt better. I walked down the stairs, I felt better. I was present again. I wasn't in my head anymore. I was, very present with just being with my friend and her family, and it was cool. So yeah, take that space to process. Like, if you can, when the moment happens, if it's not an appropriate time, make sure you reserve that time later to go process whatever it was. Because otherwise we're just having all this unprocessed junk, and it's clogging up our energy, and we have the power to get feeling better about it. Like, it's about going inside. You got to go inside. Don't look outside for validation. If you can avoid it. Okay, and then the last point is just like consistency in your inner work. So all these points, like identifying your values, looking at your contrasting experiences and how you want to look at them, how you want to perceive them, what that story is going to be. You make up that story of your life. Sometimes things happen to us, but we have the decision on the story we tell ourselves about it. Becoming aware of your thoughts, choosing better thoughts, energy, alignment, attraction, looking at your energy, seeing how in alignment you're feeling. Like, just are you feeling good? And yeah, evaluating what's coming into your life. Are the same things coming into your life that you're not wanting? And then taking that space to process. So all of this takes consistency. So obviously we all have our days where sometimes nothing really happens, and that's okay too, because we got to take breaks as well. It's hot here today. Whew. It's still adjusting to the climate again. But yeah, it all takes consistency. It's we need to be consistent in it. You got to make the time for it. If you want mindset changes to happen, it's not going to be something that just happens overnight, or usually it's not going to be some just epiphany that happened. It's these little things that you're going to be doing every day, and then like months down the road, or even just weeks, it could be a week later, you're like, wow, I'm feeling a little bit better. But man, like 2 years ago, I was not in a good space. I just had my kid. She was like 4 months old, 3-4 months old. I was dealing with a lot of stress. And that was kind of the point where I was like, okay, like I can't control the stuff going on outside of me. I need to get a hold of what's going on inside of me. And that's when I really embarked deeper on that journey. Because I had to. I was like, I'm a new mom. Like, I need to be in the right space. And I want to do that for myself, and I want to do that for my kid. But it takes consistency. It took everyday things. Every day, I don't think I journaled every day, but I got my journal with me all the time in case I need it. Like, it just took everyday awareness of all of these little things. And then over time, I was like, wow, like, I feel different. I do. It feels good. But it takes time to get there, and that's okay. So that's my last thing. It's okay to be where you're at now. Like, it's okay. That's fine. It's beautiful. It's part of your journey. If you're not in a good space right now, it's okay. You're going to get to a better, like the fact, if you have the desire to get to a better feeling space, you will get there. It's just going to take that consistency, and it's going to take knowing some of the tools that you can do, or just figuring out what tools work best for you. So that is it. I guess in YouTube videos, you're supposed to mention stuff like my subscribe. So if you'd like to subscribe, that's great. I do have a website. I need to make updates to it because a lot of what I want to do with coaching and stuff is really shifting. Definitely still like transition coaching, working with people who are, making transitions in their life, and mindset stuff. I'm super into this stuff, super passionate about it. I love talking to others about it. I just feel so inspired when talking about these subjects. And yes, so feel free to contact me. And you can follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be updating that a bit more as well as to what we are up to here in Costa Rica. And yeah, now that we're back, let the adventures begin again. Yay! We made it. We're here. Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. If you made it 20 minutes, sorry I rambled for so long. yeah, thanks for being here. Have a good day.